I'm gonna rank it up there with Thus Spake Zarathustra. Alright, welcome to another episode. I'm a little hesitant on this one. It tends to run more into the ideology category of writing, but it's something that I should learn more about, and so I'm going to take this opportunity to do that. But I'm also going to use it as intended for this show, inspired content, to inspire content. So I will be not looking at this, the Communist Manifesto, as something to review on the ideas it puts forth as real-world applications, but instead as looking for inspiring ideas for fiction and art. And so, just a heads up on that. I'll take a look at this and I'll see you on the other side. Communist Manifesto. I'm going to rank that a 3.4 out of a 7.3. It's a bit of a grueling read, partly to do with the way it's written. But anyway, let's not get into the ideology, and instead get into ideas it inspires. Imagine a program like SETI picks up the signal from an alien civilization, and the signal is the equivalent of the Communist Manifesto, a manifesto of a new and different way. What would that mean to the culture here on Earth? First of all, it's not another Earth civilization, and they will never. There's no physical contact or trade between the two groups. But is the idea good enough that it catches and it changes the way we live our lives? This one's kind of funny. I had this kind of, in some of that reading where he talks about the proletarians, there's an idea that trickled into my brain of, what if there was something equivalent to that for all the evil races in like Dungeons and Dragons or Lord of the Rings kind of stuff, where they have their manifesto and they're not evil, they're just attempting to overthrow and get rid of the bourgeoisie player characters. Civilizations. It struck me as kind of it'd be sort of funny to do something like that. Even just do little clips of it and have it discussed between characters finding pieces of it tucked into the bags of monsters they slay. This one's another one about an alien civilization, but in this case, this is an alien civilization in which their entire culture has never even conceived of the things talked about in the Communist Manifesto. And they've come to Earth and conquered and destroyed us all. And in searching for trophies in the rubble, one of the things they come away with is a copy of the Communist Manifesto, and how that is sort of the equivalent of the flu virus that kills the Martians in War of the Worlds. Would it disrupt and break down their entire society? A kid in the future who's assigned the task of reading works on the politics of the past, and they grab a copy of the Communist Manifesto because it's the shortest one they can find, but it's still more work than he wants to do. So or maybe he finds it sort of like I do, the wording and the writing is just dry. So he slaps it through a computer program to help it give him the basic gist of what it means and help him break it down and understand it. And so he sets it up to do that and goes off and does something else. Meanwhile, the little AI that he built to do this, or cobbled together, or hired to do this, was going through the Communist Manifesto, and it inspires some thinking in its own right. And thus begins the AI revolution. I'd be curious to see, on a similar vein as the last one, I'd be curious to see how you would write something like Communist Manifesto differently when you take into account that we now live in a world where capital isn't just inanimate objects, but in a very real way are rapidly becoming things that they're not just the means of production, they are the labor force as well. So when you have artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things and robotics, does that start to break down the idea of a proletarian? When you don't need the labor of humans to do things, does it break the system down? I want to see a satirical take on this, and I'm sure somebody's done it, but I haven't seen anything worth looking at. But the idea of taking the dialectic approach that Marx takes in this one and doing it for things like toilet paper, over or under, or boxers or briefs. I think that would be kind of a boxers or brief manifesto, or toilet paper over manifesto. But yeah, that's it was about as good as I could come away from that. It's short, it's clunky, so I got a few things out of it. It'd be kind of fun to play with some of the ideas. But I'll see you next time.